orders. Purchase orders are made up of two primary sections. One is the orders, and the second is the goods receiving. Purchase orders have their own order sequence, and an order will then become a goods receiving when you assign the goods receiving number to the transaction. Going into purchase orders, you click on purchase orders, you get your list of orders that are in the stage of ordering and status of the order. There are three statuses of the order. One is when you create the order, it is status O. Then the person with the correct authority can authorize the order. And when you place it with your supplier, it then becomes a status R. Okay, here's a list of 143 orders. And if you double click on any order, once again, because the text in black, it's a double click, and this is the purchase order screen. It is a template where you enter your information, but when you print it, you can print out the order in your own custom format. So what the order is made up is the supplier's information and order number, the supplier's code, this one's in status O, supplier's order reference, who it was entered by, the date of the order and the delivery date. Once you've entered the heading of the order, you can come into the line items of the order. Our code is the inventory code, description, job number, quantity ordered, the unit price, whether it's VAT, yes or no. Every line item on the order must have a general ledger code assigned to that line item. It will not save it if there is no general ledger code. But there is an error trap, and the program will give you a warning if the general ledger code is not entered. So to create a line item, you can just click on the line item, type your information, new description, order quantity, unit price. That will be assigned, and you can put in your GL code. If you don't know your GL code, there is the button at the top. Click on GL code and you can search for it. And now the general ledger code is assigned to that line item. Once you've entered your information, you've got some buttons at the top, you can save it. Okay, data entry allows you to select a code from the inventory code list. There's your 1500 GL codes, and you can type in a quantity, the amount, and go to the next line item. The other buttons, create new, will clear this data on the screen and assign the next purchase order number. Status is how you change it from a status O to a status A. Click on it, confirm change status to authorize, yes, this now order is now status A, and the person placing the order will see it and will place the order to the supplier and change it to a status R. Okay, VAT, if, for example, this supplier is not VAT registered, you can click on your VAT code or your VAT button, and the amount will then be 0. If you click it again, the VAT rate will be applied to this order and to the line items. Print the order, you click on print order, and your custom layout will be apply it to this order, it will come up and you can now print it, PDF it or email it. There we go, so it's now an order in your format with your information. You can print it, PDF or email it. Once you've printed it, previous, save your order. There are the other buttons across the top, same as your other code list. Got the date of the order, supplier reference, who entered it, the order number. In this case we've got 245 orders waiting in status A and O. Got the delivery date, supplier code, the first line of the purchase order and the total amount excluding the tax portion. To find any order, Control F. You can find it by any number, any text. Now I'm looking for all the orders which have the text NETUS. Or I could filter, click the filter button, type NET, and all the orders with the letters NETUS will be listed. It's a number of special reports. You can change the status. You don't have to go into the order and change it. You just click on the PO status. That will update it from an A to an R, which means it comes off the purchase order list and goes to the goods receiving list. History, you can get a list of orders that are already processed. Doc files, once again, is your PDF saved files that you can link to a purchase order. Once you complete with a purchase order and you've assigned it to a status R, you go into goods receiving. The purchase order will now be on the goods receiving list, and you need to assign a GRV number to this order. So you click on the purchase order, click on assign number, change the date to today's date, 14th of May. I'm going to say no, leave it as the 8th of July. Period, once again, remember the year is divided into 12 periods, and in this case I'll leave it as period 5. GRV number is assigned to this order, GRV number 1344. And the input will be the same as the purchase order input. But this time you've got the goods received number at the top. Other information will be the same, the supplier's code, supplier's order reference, the dates, and here is the supplier's order number, the original order number that was created. Save it. So the stages of the goods receiving, there are 2 stages. It's status R without a GRV number. When you assign the GRV number, it's now status R with a GRV number. And when everything is correct, it then goes from R to goods receiving to complete. When you post it to the ledger, it will come off your goods receiving list, and it will be in the suppliers. So the GL code will be updated and the suppliers will be updated. So GRV number 1344. And now either click it on the row, you can highlight multiple rows and click it and post to ledger, or I can go into the purchase order, which now has a goods receive number assigned to it, and I can click on Post to Ledger. Change it to period 12. I'm going to say no, leave it as period 5. Confirm post, yes. This goods receiving is now off the goods receiving list, into accounts, into the ledgers, and into the trial balance. Also got a number of special reports